using the internet as a way to target inadvertently through. Right now, they're like celebrating because I mentioned, and they're acting like if they're having more validity, doing what they're doing, saying things and having some kind of effect, some adverse effects through the internet, through confusion, satanic ways. Right now, they're trying to like run, they're like do the routine. Right now, Wilfredo just or one of them just said do the routine where when I'm making a video, they go and do certain things. Right now, they're running through a spectrum and they're making believe like if certain things are happening that are not happening, and they're assimilating that to me. Like if they want to make believe like if they're running inside of me right now, like if they're running, like if there's something, this thing that they're sending after me, this there you go, that image right there of that cartoon type of thing right there from the, it looks like one of the, like you ever seen the positive and negative cartoon. It's like these cartoons are one of those white and the other one's black, and they go at each other and stuff like that, and it's like spies and stuff like that. Well, no, everything in this live is gonna go exactly my way, and not your way at all. It's like a war of words too. So I know how they do it. They're Satanists, devil worshippers, enemies amongst us. Federal agents. Some of them are federal agents. There's a lot of devil worshippers within the government structure, and not only within the government structure, they're in a lot of levels of society. At the working level, some of them are your friends and family, your workers, co-workers. Some of your boss might be down with that shit. Japanese. They try to put like so they act like they don't act. They're pretty much interacting with the internet, and they act like they're pulling information and doing things. Like right now, they went and pulled this Japanese guy or something like that that has some kind of like inverse type of energy opposite to mine or some shit like that, and that's what they were going for right now, that you felt if you felt the energy, and they like to mask some of the energies. Like I'm exposing it right now and you're feeling it right now if you was watching it in real time. But later on when you watch the video, let's say you watch it once and you see the energy, the second time you see it they'll try to be there and try to like mask the energy and shit like that. You see what I mean? But they can't do it anymore because it's too obvious. What I'm doing, what I'm exposing is so obvious that you're literally feeling these energies even if you're not watching the video right now. There's someone trying to watch the live right now, and they're literally either, that's what it feels like right now, like they went in and distracted someone away from my live, like he was about to click into uh my live and watch my live, this video right here. And they do that shit a lot too. They do a lot of predictive like if you ever seen like technology movies where like especially like this movie called Eagle Eye, where they went and like they built this computer, this grid, like this like spy computer, and it was like more like a security thing, and it went rogue to uh, hold up, time out, inner twisting, sideways, up your ass. It's not gonna happen to me. Like literally right now, they started giving commands like inner twisting, sideways, sweeping. Like they was going for that. They literally someone right now, Mark or Albert, the ones that I'm feeling are doing this right now. They just gave a command, and that's exactly what was happening. Like okay, someone is on the fucking camera right now. I feel this right now. The Illuminati. Someone in the Illuminati is targeting me right now, and Freemasons too. So Freemasons, the Illuminati, they have a lot of members within society, and they're occultic societies. They're devil worshippers and shit like that. Like a lot of them worship the sun, but like the negative side of the sun. You see what I mean? Because the sun is good, it could be good, and it could also be bad. Neutrality. You see what I mean? Like, so like everything could be either good or bad. You see what I mean? You could use it. It depends what you use it for. Not everything, but most. Hold up, in and out. They're using an in and out sensation right now. Without. but with it, no. Listen. So right now, they try to come up with. They want someone just pretty much started saying, I want him to feel an in and out sensation without, but within. Like literally try to invert my perception right now through the internet. And the internet, what it is that they try to like tag that into my mind and have my mind all twisted by them saying it. It's just like, imagine being bound to someone's words just because he says something. Imagine someone saying really hateful shit about you, and it feels like that's how your life is being crafted to be like. So like, let's say someone saying like, so yeah, that's what's happening right now. And like they're saying things and their words are not that I'm being bound by it, but if I don't speak back, sometimes it feels like, that's what's happening. And they made it that way so that whenever it was made, it's neutral. You could use it for good, or you could use it for bad. You see what I mean? So when they say stuff, if I don't say stuff back, if I don't counter what they're saying, sometimes it sticks. You see what I mean? And if it travels through with me, if I didn't defend myself about the in and out, and but without and within and all this bullshit that they was just saying right now, my mind would start feeling like if it was exactly like what they said. You see what I mean? Like, and to connect and to finish the other point I was making, if someone says, "Oh, you won't be able to find a job," not that it would be true or that it would come true. Like I said, this doesn't always work. If my energy doesn't allow for it, it won't they won't be able to do it. You see what I mean? And a lot of it is them messing with me constantly and constantly and constantly and yo, I'm stressing it. I said it a lot of times, so you could imagine what I go through. And constant is targeting, like, and not just one or two or three. There's a whole, like, there's a lot of them. It came down to the hundreds of thousands of them against me. Just me alone, me by myself alone against me. And right now there's teams of them, there's groups of them, or what I'm saying, targeting me right now. You see what I mean? So they go and combine their IQs and shit like that. Like, and they went as far as creating an Ultron. And because I said it right now, they're acting like if they came up with a lot of tricks. They came up with a lot of strategies and tactics to come at me. So there's times where they saturated me. I'm saying this, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna do this right here. They've saturated me because I said it before. It felt like I'm being saturated by Satanism. They're casting so many spells, and so like I told you before, words, and bounding and shit like that. So imagine all this shit, like, and they said it before, like, oh, see, so I'm gonna saturate them, and I'm gonna put all the, and they start to put a lot of like they say it like if everything is already done and I'm saturated by Satanism. So like I told you, they're gonna do it, and they already did it right now. And if they didn't do it, the computer, the make-believe imaginary computer they came up with to target me is doing it, because they came up with an yeah. They're doing it ahead of me right now, so I gotta like. That's one of the tricks too. Like they got a lot of tactics and tricks that they're playing on me. I'm by myself, and because I'm on the side of the real truth and they're on the side of lies, they gotta, cause they don't they amount to nothing. Cause they're on the side of lies. Lies is nothing. You see what I mean? Lies is backed by nothing. It's supported by nothing. There is no evidence. There's no facts. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no validity. You see what I mean? The truth has facts, evidence. It has validity, substance supporting it. You see what I mean? So I'm on the right side. They're on the wrong side. And they're against the truth, but they like to use the truth. They like to know. They like to understand. They like to collect information and use it against people that don't know. You see what I mean? That's why it's good to know. Knowing is most of the battle in this case that we're fighting the enemy. You see, I didn't say it so fluently right there. I was gonna say in this case that we're fighting Right there, they're trying to use that against me right there. I didn't say it fluently enough. So they're trying to make it seem like if I'm flawed and I'm more flawed than what it seems because they say so, just because they put this computer, imaginary computer, to come at me. Hold up. So I'm no to everything you did. See, I just literally undid everything they did by saying no, right there. No to everything you did again and again and again. So it's no all the way through this live until it's finished. No matter what you do or how you say it or what you say, it's no. That's it. I just literally undid everything that they were gonna do in this live all the way through. Look, weakness. They're trying to tag me with weakness right now, even though I said no. So they're doing it from a back door, a portal, or some shit like that, literally. So when I say no and I undo everything, you see, they went and and this happens like immediately. This happens right away. So I do something, and it's like, cause imagine going against a computer. A computer's so imagine if you put commands to a computer while imagine someone being targeted and you put a computer to them, and the computer does satanic shit whenever they do stuff. So if they're thinking something, they're thinking of anything that they could come up with to try to suppress and put negative energies there, and come up with like if you think of something of minor concern, it tries to make it some tries to make something out of it. You see what I mean? Like they're really vindictive and malicious. We're dealing with a cyber threat, not even a cyber threat. They're just fucking pathetic like a motherfucker. But they do pose somewhat of a threat to people who don't know any better. I got people knowing now, so it's different. They can't do what they used to do. I filled in the voids in a lot of people that didn't know. And you see right there, they just literally right now, it felt like they just went and overtook a vast majority of people that didn't know. You see what I mean? Like they literally just like a tsunami. It just felt like they just went and took people that didn't know. You see what I mean? Literally, that's what it felt like. It just happened right now. So since I said it, like I told you, they do a lot of things that I say. They go and take it out of context and do it in negative ways. You see what I mean? We're dealing with a fucking enemy. We're dealing with an enemy, and an enemy that hides, that only likes to fight if you don't know. You see what I mean? I'm gonna bring them back. Whoever done the survey, so you're back, and so it's void. No to what you just did. See, I just brought back all these people that don't deserve it. The people, and the truth knows who they are. So, yo, we're dealing with an enemy right now. They're fucking, they're targeting me through like cyber spiritual ways and shit like that. Like it's both imaginary deals with the spirit because they're using their energies to cast spells. They're spelling. They're using words as a way to wage war against us. And they're the type that they're malicious, they're bad, they're negative. So they like war, abuse, negativity. You see, right now they're doing one of these again. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to piss me off. And if I do get pissed off, it ain't gonna be something that they like. Cause I got real hate for them because they're malicious, they're real bad, they're the enemy. They hate me. Yo, the type of hate they got for me, the type of hate they got for me is, oh my God, yo, like, you don't understand. Yo, they're the type to go and tell people that I raped babies, that I raped a baby and shit like that. They're the type of fucking enemies that do that type of shit, and I never done that. Just to make people hate me. That's the type of hate they got for me. So the hate I got for them is real. The hate they got for me is because, I'm destroying them. I'm destroying their fake fallacy, their fucking imaginary fantasy bullshit. What I'm saying? Fake reality that they got going on. They're literally delusional. They're literally schizophrenic. That little slip on words I just had right now, they do this trick where sometimes they say it and it's like an empty spot, like there's a something like that, and I mean between there's like an empty spot, and they try to like put a void in there, like, and match it to me. And then when I say, it's like when you say something and someone's saying something and it interrupts their energy. You see what I mean? And it's not necessarily that you're doing it for bad, but they do it for bad. You see what I mean? So when I do it, sometimes when I'm speaking, they do multiple tricks. They don't just do that. Sometimes they say it ahead of time before I say it and try to take some like and then not only that, they'll try to put tricks in between the things that they do. You see what I mean? So sometimes they say it before I like they'll say a word like they'll go and sit there and then predict the word that I'm about to say. You know what I'm saying? And then say it before I say it because it's obvious that I'm about to say it. Or sometimes you see what I mean? Right there, I just had a mental roll right there. No, yes, inverted. So they try to invert the no that I just said and invert it and continue by acting like they inverted what I just said, the energy of what I just said, and continue inadvertently like yes, and they said it yes, inverted. You see what I mean? So we're dealing with a malicious enemy. We're dealing with a cyber threat here. It's not like I said. They pose a threat in like the ways that I told you. Like they like playing mind games. They like playing mind games and twisting people's like a game they started doing with me is trying to twist my perception. So like I told you, like in and out, but within, and they'll say it in ways. You see what I mean? They're saying things. And they do it as long as you don't catch them. As long as they know that you're not going to go hurt them physically, they'll continue. If you go over there and you punch them in the face or you confront them to their faces and you tell them like I know exactly what you're doing, you better stop. I'm warning you. If you keep going, I'm gonna fucking hurt you or I'm gonna kill you or whatever the fuck, because they deserve to be eliminated. They're fucking malicious. They're devil worshippers. They don't like to stop. They don't want to stop. The moment they see an opening, they try to go not all the way, but as far as they can, within their abusive ways and shit. Or with through their with their abusive ways. You see what I mean, right? Right there was some resistance when I was saying that. So one of their tricks is that if you see the level of energy that the output, my energy output that you know, that I have in this video, like one of the tricks is that if I slow down, that it's gonna be against me. Like if they invert the energy from me slowing down, like if that's a weakness, and they started doing that too, prying through weaknesses. So before I had a huge back pain from unloading my stuff when I moved to this house about a year and a half ago into this house, more than a year and a half ago, and I hurt my back because I already had a back problem. One of my disc was disgorged, like it's just like the disc, and then it just like a ball grew out of it, and it was pushing up against my nerve canals, and it was the pain I was feeling was fucking crazy. So they were taking advantage of that little by little, and to highlight how low and dirty and disgusting and grotesque the enemy are. You see what I mean? To highlight how they were taking advantage of my hurt back because they couldn't do it before that. Before that, I was a powerhouse. Before that, I was a complete powerhouse. They could not get through no matter what they did, no matter what they tried. So they waited until I had a weakness to start prying through it. And little by little, they didn't do it all at once. They didn't get to the level where they're at now all at once. It was little by little and studying, calculations, you know what I'm saying? They were doing analysis. They literally took it like that route where they went professional, like they were already there, but before that I have complete control over that. When I hurt my back, it was like, yes, we could finally, and they started prying little by little, like, so most of their attacks and targeting came from them grabbing a hold of my pain, and they would go right to the center of my pain, literally right to the center. They would go and match their computeristic ways, or their spoken spells into whatever they were doing it to match it to my pain, and it was right at the center. I mean, right at the middle of my pain. I could literally feel it, and I could pinpoint it to you at the time when I even made videos about it too. Yo, they're fucking, yeah, they're fucking pussies. They're fucking cowards. They're the lowest of the. There's no bottom to how low they go. There's no bottom to how low the enemy goes with their satanic targeting ways. Yo. I'm telling you, like they go as far, yeah, they go as far as ignoring anything that they don't want to hear, so that they don't feel bad and they don't lose what you track with their movement, with their satanic movement, because they want to take over. They want to be able to walk amongst men like if they're gods. They want to go against God. You know what I'm saying? I represent God here in the human body. Me. I'm the messenger of truth. That's why they're coming at me. That's why I had so much power over them before I hurt my back. And right now I'm regaining it because I'm recovering from a spinal surgery. See that spine? I said spinal, and there was a little bit of resistance there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you see, you gotta take into notice what's happening. Like sometimes when I have these slip ups in words, it's not me. I know how to speak perfect English. It's dumb. So they go, you see, invert, or inverted. They like to use inverted ways. So they'll say things and like sometimes they'll go in and say, I want everything Julio says will be inverted, and it will be to our benefit. Our take into notice what I'm saying, the words I'm telling you. Our is a whole society of these devil worshippers, like I said, and it's not just a few; it's millions of them. You see what I mean? There's millions of these cowards amongst us, and they're broken down into different groups: the Illuminati, Freemasons, the KKK, even street gangs. Is a lot, and not everyone in them is completely hell bent. You see what I mean? But that's what they're about. They follow codes of silence. Street gangs follow codes of silence. There's no snitching. They don't want people telling. Even if someone kills like someone's mom and shit, they don't want them telling. Hold up. Inversion of the language right now. Someone just did an inversion and they're doing this shit right now, literally right here in this live. You see, I'm catching it and I'm telling you what I'm feeling that I know is happening. What I'm sensing that I know is happening, I'm telling you in real time. So inversion of Julio's language is one of the spells that they just put into motion. Who was it? You see, and they go and put and they go and put a fullback man, like they'll go and put someone in. Xiomara, it was Xiomara who did it. You see what I mean? Was it really Xiomara? And now a lie is telling me that yes, it is. So they go and put a lie that, they go and come up. One of their tricks is a lie that could do it all. Even though lies can't do anything, you see what I mean? But they go and emulate the sensation, like if something is happening, like, and then they act like if that's the lie doing it. You see what I mean? Lies can't do anything. Lies are empty, like I told you before. Lies don't even have any forward motion of themselves. In order for a lie to have any forward motion, you have to give it forward motion. You see what I mean? Like a cartoon, you draw it, it's just an image. You see what I mean? If you don't give it forward motion, it doesn't move. You see what I mean? So you got to give the perception, like if the image that you drew, the first image that you drew or whatever, or the images that you are using have full motion. Right now, they're putting it into effect that lies could do it all. Right now. Right now. And like I told you, this is non-stop. They keep going with this shit. They just keep going. They don't stop. Yo, I'm telling you, like they stop sometimes when I go to, not even when I go to sleep, they just blah, 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 they start saying shit and saying shit and saying shit, like everything he did is undone. And when the time he wakes up, everything he does will be inverted or inverted. They say shit like that because they're fucking twisted. I told you, they're fucking completely psychopathic. They're delusional. They're schizophrenic. They're completely gone. They're not like us. If you're not like them, they're not like you. They're not like us. They're not normal. They're not fucking good. They're bad. They're only bad. If you ever saw the Star Wars movie, that's a good way to understand what the enemy is like, but not necessarily all the way, because then they'll start acting like if they got super abilities and shit like that. But in reality, they're bad. They only do bad if if they smile to your face. I said there, I was losing bearing in my speech. So what did they do? Bunch of tricks. Do you see they put a bunch of tricks in there? That's what I felt. And they sometimes they like telling me the truth, but it's not necessarily for good. It's so that they can have influence. You see what I mean? Like you heard before. You see, heard before. You see what I mean? What are they doing? Like a banjo or some shit like that, like one of those things. Anyways, but you see they're acting like you see, like but they're using a lie that could do it all right now, like what I told you earlier, even though I can't do anything at all. So they're trying to give it validity. But you see, anyways, so like I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna keep going exactly as I was going. You see, and I said no earlier to everything they were doing, and they still look. They're still there. They're still there. You see what I mean? Something that goes underneath and goes and something. So they're pretty much so I'm sending something that's perfect to handle all of this. An army of somethings, of things that are perfect to handle all of you for me in every way that is best to handle all of you to go against you. I'm literally just created an army of things. No matter where you are, inverted, inverted, hiding in places that are twisted, they're going after you. So I literally just created an army of things to go after. I literally just spoke it into existence, literally. So that's the war that they got going on with me, where they speak. I did it again, there. I know how to speak perfect English and I know how to pronunciate it and carry my points perfectly to where I want to take them to. And the enemy, as you saw right now, are saying things in order to try to like roll my mindset, my perception, so that when I speak, you see, der, instead of saying they, I said der, and it wasn't fluent. You see what I mean? So I'm having somewhat of a adverse effect because they like to affect me. They not that they, so it doesn't always work. I just let it happen so that you can see the type of things that they're into. You see what I mean? But it's even worse from for it's even worse what they've done to people that didn't know before. So they like affecting people within inadvertently. You see what I mean? Like inadvertently. Like so they'll say things or they'll watch someone and then they'll look for an opportunity, a weakness, something, and it's like when you watch someone and they don't know that you're watching them and you're saying things to and it's like what I told you earlier, like if you say negative things into a person's life, especially if they don't know that you're doing it, they can't defend themselves. You see what I mean? Because they don't know. You know what I mean? So like sometimes it may come true. You see what I mean? So they look for a weakness. They look for a 100% uh, path, the path of least resistance, like 100%, right? And not that it's always gonna work, but that's what they look for. So like the best way to affect someone is when they're weak. You see what I mean? Sometimes, not always. There's people that when they're weak, they can't be affected anyways. And I'm one of those. Right now, I allowed this to happen because I wanted the enemy to come after me so that I could expose him to you. You see what I mean? Anyways, yeah, I feel like my back is hurting me a little bit, and it's because they added pain to my back. Earlier, they said the word weak. I want him to be weak. I want to feel weak, and that's why I started feeling weak, and I started rolling on words and slipping on words a little bit when they started saying it because I do have somewhat of a pain on my back, and it's not necessarily from them, but they added to my pain inadvertently by saying the word weak. They used the word weak in a sentence. It's something about I want them to be weak or feel weak so that they could try to take advantage of my pain. See what I mean? So, anyways, I don't have any viewers. Yo, there's people out there getting thousands, millions of views, likes for doing stupid shit. I'm telling you, life-changing information, and in part, it's it's the YouTube's algorithms fault too, because they only show videos to people who to the people subscribers. Like if you don't have like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people subscribe to your channel, they won't show your videos. You see what I mean? So like in part, YouTube has a problem in that regard. So like I could go and get a bunch of people to befriend me and stuff like that, or to subscribe to my channel, and I could grow my audience and stuff like that. But like I would rather my videos be shown and me not have to go through all of that, and people genuinely coming to my channel and would support me, not me having to go and because a lot of people pay to get bots subscribe to their channel so they can have a lot of views. You see what I mean? And that's the thing that a lot of people are doing nowadays. They go and pay to get views and shit like that, subscribers and shit like that. And they get all these subscribers and these bots, just fake accounts subscribing to their channels. And like a lot of people use YouTube as a way to make money only. They see it as a source of income, and it's not necessarily like they're doing it genuinely. They're doing it because they're paying, and they're tricking their way into success. That's the problem with having a society that runs based on money, that works based on money. You see what I mean? They're doing a running sensation right now, or something like that. You see what I mean? Like if anyway, so like that's a problem with because when you need money in a society, especially for food and stuff like that, then you're gonna have, if you don't have any money, there's people that's gonna be driven to commit crimes, sell drugs, stuff, sell their bodies, do stuff that they wouldn't normally do if they had the money, or if they didn't need money to get food and stuff like that. You see what I mean? So the enemy created this money problem because they wanted society to be all fucked up. You see what I mean? Like not necessarily all fucked up, but they wanted a lot of problems to surface through the years and ages, ever since the money creation to now. You see what I mean? Because before there was times when the money wasn't really a problem. You see what I mean? You could work, pay your bills. It wasn't like too many tricks in society, keeping you from making money and stuff. Well, they're trying to use my pain as some kind of, like if my pain is resurging and resurging, they have this trick called re-emerging resurgence. Some of them just say it all fucked up, and so they don't even know what the fuck it means. They just say it and it starts working. Reemergent resurgence, and they just say it in a way that they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. You see what I mean? And re-emergent resurgence means like it keeps coming back, right? So it pretty much is a way to repetition. It's a repetition. It's one of the satanic traits, repetition. And right now, it felt like it was resurging the pain, the fake pain that they tagged on me through the weakness. You see what I mean? And right there, it felt like they just did one of those, over the back sensations. Like if, they went over my back by putting something in there and it's doing anyways. That's another trick they like using a lot, where they go and point out the obvious as it's nothing there, but it's still happening. Like they're saying, like, what I'm saying, like, wow, right now they're trying to mess my perception, because I said that I mentioned my pain and the weakness. And the more I mention my pain, they like to like act like if I'm giving them validity inadvertently. Right now they're trying to use what I'm saying inadvertently, and the things that I've said before, like right now. They're doing it right now. I'm being targeted right now by cyber terrorists. Obama is in this. Hillary, my cousin Wilfredo Ruiz Carrero, he created this MCI, Mind Control Industries. Literally, he created this thing just by speaking. I want this thing. I want to program or a system against Julio. My name is Julio. And he like he started saying it like that, and he literally started. I remember listening to this, hearing my cousin say this stuff. He's a devil worshiper. He's literally the antichrist. I'm the messenger of truth. He's the anti-messenger of truth. Him and another guy called David Samadine Obama. There's a lot of them, but there's levels to. There's a lot of antichrist, anti-messengers of truth, anti-truthers. You see what I mean? Liars and deceivers, and there's a hierarchy of them. You see what I mean? So the feds, they're down with that shit. My cousin Wilfredo, I grew up with him. Like he grew up with me. He's younger than me, and I remember growing up with my cousin. He would say hateful things for times ahead, and he would also go and try to like go behind. Like it was crazy. Like so, I knew that he was doing these things, but I was fully in control. Like I told you before this back pain. When I was younger, I was God, because I didn't have any malice that they could work through. You see what I mean? Any weaknesses. I was fully in control from within, but I wasn't fully connected physically to my inner self. You see what I mean? Now I am. But now they don't like me using my mind now. So they got this thing working at all times until they go to sleep. The only time when I could do away with it too, but they're going yes right now, because that's what they want. They don't want me to use. That's one of the things they don't want me. They don't want me to use my mind and go and beat them within. Yo, I beat them so many times. There was a time when I used to beat them by just saying so. I used to just go and say, go torture yourself, and they would do it. They don't want me to have that level of validity. Yo, they've been doing the craziest, fucking lowest, dirtiest, most grotesque fucking things to come after me. And the most they've been able to do with me is annoy me a little bit. Annoyance. That's the most they've been able to do with me. Anyways, yo, I'm about to end this live soon. My back is hurting me right now. I feel the pain brewing right here on my back, and the enemy has taken advantage of my pain, because they're aware of what's happening with me. See what I mean? So whenever something's happening, like even in my mind, like before I even think, they want to be there before I think, and they want to be there to like come up with like and like what, like you get the idea of what's happening. They were completely surveilling me. They're completely surveilling me at all times. They don't want to give me not 1 ounce of private, not even 1 minute of privacy. And if they do, it's because they're busy and I undid whatever they did. You see what I mean? Stuff like that. But during the whole day, the moment I turn on the phone, is on. It's on. They believe that they're in there, and they start to believe like if they're working with the internet, and that they're within doing digital. What you call it, like if they're going through different like reality, fake realities, CGI, digital realities and shit like that. Like right now they're going like this again, like if they gain some kind of validity again. So I'm exposing them, but they act like they're having some kind of validity by going like that. When they go like this, it's like they're trying to gain some kind of advancement towards something, one of their lives. So when they go like this, it's like they want to upgrade, they want to update whatever they had, or they want to put into motion something that they want against me. You see what I mean? But it doesn't work because I know what they're doing, and now you know, and everyone else on my side too. So now they know everything on this live that they should know all at once, put perfectly, without the enemy interrupting at all. You see, the enemy, when I tell people the truth, like when I tell people that they know, it's like just now, the enemy, they you know what, they're fucking low. I'm telling you, they're fucking low. They're fucking disgusting. They're less than shit. Yo, they like to say that certain words, like if I say perfect or knowing, like if that's a word that they created and it can't be used unless they say so. Like that's the type of shit that it makes you wanna, yeah, just you see, and they did the motion before, they just predicted exactly what I was just to fucking punch them in the face. Like, you know, they just did that right now. They just, I remember what I told, they like to say things before I say it sometimes to try to like lower me and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they're inferior and they want to make it seem like if I'm inferior. They're fucking low. They're fucking disgusting. They just fucking said the word disgusting before I said it. Because it was going to hurt them. And it did. It's still, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not the enemy doing it. So, because I do that shit too. So, you know, I do that too. Sometimes I'm listening to someone in a, you know, like indirectly, someone's saying something about me or someone's saying something relative to me, and I'm listening and I predict what they're saying before they're saying it. You see what I mean? So it's not always the enemy doing it. So I don't want to say it's the enemy doing it, and then it feels like they're the enemy, because the enemy will go and try to like twist it like if they are, but they're not. You see what I mean? But not always. Like I said, it doesn't always work. But anyways, yo, follow my channel, leave a like, subscribe. I shouldn't have to tell you these things. I'm giving you life-changing information. I'm literally God in human form here amongst you guys. Not Jesus. Jesus is the lie they fabricated to keep you guys waiting for a fake messiah. And they like doing one of the tricks. They like is, yeah, one of those, and they put in, and they like putting energies to it, like if can, you know what I mean. And now they're doing it. They just did that shit right now. And they literally just repeated it after I did it. So they're gonna do it. They're gonna use that inadvertently against me at some point too. They just started using it right now. So you see the type of enemies we're dealing with, right? And like I told you, they like hiding. They're the type that like hiding, and they only want war as long as you don't know. The moment you know, they go and act. You know, they make believe like they wasn't doing what they were doing, trying to bring war. You see what I mean? Pussies, complete fucking pussies. You know what we're dealing with. Pussies. They're complete 100% coward, and they try to, you know, they're trying to inadvert it, like if they're brave and shit like that. You're fucking pussy no matter how you fucking put it, no matter what you do. How many of these you do, or how many inadverted words you use. You're 100% pussy. You're 100% coward. You fucking pussies. And now you know, they pointed at me when I pointed. It's you, you fucking pussies. There's no fucking lie or fucking confusion about it. You're 100% pussy and cowards.